Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Genus Power Infrastructures Limited Q3 FY23 earnings conference call. This conference call may contain certain forward-looking statements about me which are based on the beliefs, opinions and expectation of the company as on the date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance and involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during this conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Kailash Agarwal, Vice Chairman of Genus Power Infrastructures Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to Q3 FY23 earnings calls of Genus Power Infrastructures Limited. Along with me, I have Mr. Jitendra Agarwal, Joint Managing Director of the company, and our Investor Relation Advisors, SGA. We have already put the results on investor presentation and stock exchanges and company website, and I think all of you must have got a chance to look at it. I'm glad to inform you that we have received a huge order inflow for installation of almost 30 lakh smart meters, prepaid meters. To be precise, 29.49 lakh smart prepaid meters. With the total, now the total order book of the company stands at 4099 crores net of taxes. This shows that there is a great visibility to the company for the growth of financial year 24 and to get the good numbers in operations. And we expect this healthy order inflow to continue in the upcoming quarters also. We also anticipate restoration of normalcy in the supply chain by beginning of 24, as we have earlier said in our past Concalls also, that the things are improving and we will be in the normalcy from beginning of financial year 24. The quarterly results, the sales of Q3 FY23 remained modest at 200 crores, up 2% as compared to 196 crores in Q3 FY22. Revenue growth for Q3 FY22 was subdued as supply chain issues for some semiconductors, which is coming to the normalcy, which has already started coming to the normalcy, but everything takes some time to come to the normal status. Operating margins continue to remain under pressure on account of higher raw material cost and lower capacity utilization, but you will see that raw material prices are also reducing. From every quarter you will see that there is, in terms of percentage, it is getting down. So that shows that they are coming to a normal level. They are coming to a normalcy. For Q3 FY23, EBITDA stood at 20.5 crores as compared to 20.9 crores in Q3 FY22. Operating margins have remained subdued on account of higher raw material cost and lower capacity utilization. Profit after tax stood at 12 crores Q3 FY23 as compared to 8 crores for Q3 FY22, a great growth of almost 42% on year-on-year basis. Coming to the order inflow in January 2023, we have received letter of award of rupees 2420.31 crores net of taxes for appointment of advanced metering infrastructure service provider, including design of AMI system with supply, installation and commissioning of 29.49 lakh smart prepaid meters, DT metering, ST and filter metering level energy accounting, and FMS of these 29.49 lakh meters from state of Assam. As I earlier also told that the total order book after this order stands at 4099 crores net of taxes. In the current budget also, there is an allocation of which was doubled almost to 12,000 crores to improve the health of states of distribution utilities, also by tying 0.5% of their deficit to power sector reforms as an extension from last year. Continued physical support is an added incentive for the states to undertake power distribution reforms. These reforms will aid in the upgradation of the DISCOM network and metering, thereby curbing AT&C losses. The scheme aims to reduce technical and commercial losses to pan-India levels of 12 to 15% by 24-25 and eliminate cost-revenue gaps by 24-25. REC and PFC have been nominated as nodal agencies for the scheme. Smart meters enable consumers to learn about their consumption patterns while also assisting utilities with system monitoring and customer billing without the need for manual intervention. This can significantly reduce inefficiency in DISCOMs, billing and collection and lead to significant operational improvements. As this scheme is going on and a lot of tenders are coming, a lot of state electricity boards are coming with a lot of tenders and all, we anticipate that robust order inflows to continue in FY24. I now welcome for the question and answers. We can open that.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. To ask a question at this time, please enter star then 1 on your touchtone phone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may enter star then 2. If you are using a speakerphone, please pick up your handset while asking a question. This is required to ensure good quality on the call. We will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Our first question is from the line of Mohit Kumar from DAM Capital. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir, and congratulations on the huge order book. So first question is, in general, there has been a lot of tenders in the market, and we have seen some of the tenders in TeleSmart and Parva Energy have won the contracts who do not have manufacturing capacity. Do we have some exclusive tie-up with all these, the large players?
Hello, yeah, good evening. So, of course, all these AMISP players who are winning the big contracts, they do work with us as suppliers. Recently, we have got orders from IntelliSmart for supplying smart meters for their AMISP projects.
So are you looking at some of the large opportunities, because numbers are too huge for them? Yeah. And, can we enter into some tie-ups where we have become a exclusive supplier by offering them, some better terms?
So this relation is going to be a buyer-seller relation because the customer is also not going for any long-term MOUs. Because they are also understanding the market more and more and getting into. So the relationship is typical buyer and seller relationship, and we are receiving orders from all the AMISPs who are working currently in the market.
So when you say that you are in Q4, you're looking to get large orders, let's say some large opportunities. Are we looking for MISP or you're looking for to get these supply of meter tenders?
So we are working on both. If you see our order book also, it is both for supply of meters and AMISP contracts. So it is not we as a company have an advantage of doing smart meters and being the leader of smart meters in the country. So we are available in both the opportunities.
Understood, sir. Second question is, sir, how many tenders worth are open at this bar? Let's say are in tendering mode right now across the country. You could throw some light here.
So on the tendering, you want to understand more on the AMISP or both put together?
Both put together. Yeah, looking for.
Okay. So I'll just give it because this is a very subject which everybody would like to know. So in total, as on date, we have participated in tenders which are worth 27,000 crores. And these are tenders, some are of AMISP on the TOTEX model, and some are conventional meters, some are on the CAPEX mode, and some are on the OPEX model of only metering, billing and collection where there is no supply of meters. So these are the 4 ways these tenders have been distributed. Primarily they are RDSS tenders worth 25,000 crores, which we have participated in the states like states or the customers like BSES, Power Grid, Chhattisgarh, MP, Himachal, Assam and Andhra Pradesh. These are the live tenders going on worth 25,000 crores. These are all RDSS tenders. Our current conventional business is also is on a very good traction. So we have currently participated in tenders worth 950 crores in the conventional meter tenders. Apart from these AMISP tenders, a lot of these companies like EESL, Tata Power, Tripura Energy, there are many companies who are also buying smart meters on the capex mode. So we have participated tenders worth 1,050 crores in that capex mode. And there is also a metering billing collection kind of tenders which we have participated, which is worth 45 crores. So in total, 27,000 crores of tenders we have participated. And
last question from my
participated is going to be, but you have to understand one thing. When we say live tender participated, there are a lot of tenders are from the AMISP. And AMISP, our strategy is not that we are bidding almost every opportunity. We are being very selective in that. And then there are tenders worth 49,000 crores which are to be participated. Which is there are a lot of AMISP tenders that have come up from Maharashtra, Bihar, UP, Rajasthan, Goa, Uttaranchal, Sikkim, almost all the north states, central states and eastern states have come out with the RDSS tenders. So that is what is going to be participated in the next 3 months. And conventional tenders also, there are many tenders in the conventional meters which will be participated in next 1 month.
The last question on my side, so how do you see the revenues and margins in FY24 given this large order book?
So FY24, as we gave a guidance earlier also, we expect margins to become normal, and top line we are giving a guidance of 1,500 crores.
Despite such large order book, sir?
These are all AMISP tenders, and they take at least 6 to 9 months to get into the groove where the multi-fold installation and SAT starts happening. So all these orders will take 6 to 9 months to get into that groove of complete cycle.
Understood, sir. Thank you and all the best, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Devendra Pandey from DP Financial Advisory Services. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, and thanks for the opportunity. Sir, so my first question is that during the previous fiscal year, you had indicated that you have secured the semiconductor supply. So why we have experienced such a supply disruption in FY23, and when do we anticipate the semiconductor supply to return to the normal?
As said by the Vice Chairman also, any disruption takes some time to get to normalcy. It is improving by the day. There is no second thoughts about it. And you will see the improvement continuously. Yes, it has taken a little more time because we were also expecting it to be much better than the current situation. But yes, it took more time, but it is getting better. It is improving every day, and future you will see quarter-on-quarter improvement.
Understood. And given our strong order book, when can we expect the revenue traction to pick up?
Every quarter you will see an improvement.
Okay, sir. And my last question would be on the outlook for 24. If you can provide the outlook in terms of our revenue as well as on our margin profile.
On the margin profile, we will be back to our normalcy. Margin profiles and the revenue guidance, what I'm giving currently is because the things will take some time to be on the 100% normalcy. So 1,500 crores is the minimum guidance we can give you right now.
Got it, sir. Very helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next question is from the line of Subrata Sarkar from Mount Intra Finance. Please go ahead. Mr. Sarkar, your line has been promoted. Please go ahead with your question. There is no response from the line from this participant. We will move on to the next question, which is from the line of Isha Savla from Arya Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Hi, thank you for taking my question. So, sir, first of all, I wanted to understand that in the next 2 years, how much will the company have to invest in order to participate in an AMISP?
Sorry, can you come again with your question? What do you want to ask? What?
So just wanted to understand how much will you have to invest in order to participate in an AMISP?
So we don't need any investment for participating in any tenders. These are just the bank guarantees or EMDs that is required for participation in any tender of AMISP.
Okay. And just wanted to know, when will we be required to make any capex given the anticipated multifold increase in the size of smart metering industry?
Operator request has been initiated. If you'd like to cancel this request, please press *0 again.
In meters, so we don't think.
Sorry, I could not hear you because there was something in the background at chorus. Can you please repeat what you were saying, sir? Hello?
Almost 10 million meters. So we don't see any major capex happening. Hello?
Yeah, got it. And how will the company...
Sir, just one moment, please. We'll move on to the next question, which is from the line of Anshuman Ashit from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for taking up my questions. Sir, firstly, so there was a news today regarding cancellation of one of the orders which was awarded to Adani in UP. So a part of that order and a part of that bid, can you please confirm on that?
So first of all, it was not an order. It was a tender where Adani was L1. The tender has been dropped and the UP government has come back to the tender again. And we did not bid in that tender.
Okay, so we were in part of...
It was not awarded, it was just L1.
Okay, it was just... Okay, understood. Sir, secondly, sir, just trying to understand on the semiconductor issue. So earlier during the year, we had guided that we had some... so you know, for the current year, FY23, we had booked some amount of semiconductors for our requirement. So has that not flown through yet? And how do we expect this to resolve in FY24? Hello?
Hello? Sorry, my line got disturbed. I could not hear you. Can you come back, please?
Yeah, I'll repeat the question. Sir, on the semiconductor issue, which we are still facing, so we had guided that for FY23 as well, we had booked some quantity for our requirement. So has that not come in? How does things stand over there, and how do we ensure and resolve this issue going ahead in FY24?
So we have, of course, long-lasting relation with the semiconductor companies, and they were taking little more time. Yes, we have secured the supplies, but some were still disturbed. Even if you secure the supply, at the end of the day, you believe on the commitments of your suppliers. And they are all top companies of the world. So took some time in getting back to the normalcy, due to which these delays has happened. So it is improving by the day. As I said earlier, every quarter you will see the improvement.
And sir, are we sourcing from China and Taiwan specifically, or are there other geographies as well from where we are sourcing these semiconductors?
Hello? My phone is having some trouble. Can you repeat?
Mr. Agarwal, should I reconnect you?
Let us try again. Let us see now. Now I can hear you.
Okay. Sir, so the sourcing which you are doing for these semiconductors, is it limited only from China and Taiwan, or are there other countries as well from where we can source, and we are in discussion?
China manufactures very, very low amount of semiconductors to the world. So this is not a China story. This is a worldwide shortage, which was due to COVID and multiple reasons, which is getting improved by the day. And they are all large conglomerates of the world. And the largest semiconductor manufacturing happens in Taiwan, South Korea, and Japan, and other parts of the world also. So it is improving by the day. It has nothing to do with China. Not majorly to do with China.
Okay. And sir, congratulations on this order, the large order that we have received. It's very heartening to see this coming in and at a crucial time as well. So, sir, this is only from the state of Assam, or are there multiple discoms that have only from Assam?
Yeah.
Okay. And sir, when can we expect the implementation to start?
So implementation phase, it starts from after 4 to 5 months. The implementation will start.
Okay. And sir, on our Bihar project, so can you please give us some details on the status where we stand currently?
So the status of the Bihar project is the SAT has been done, site acceptance test successfully, that is completed. So now we will be going live maximum within February. So we will be installing first 10,000 meters and we will be live. And then mass rollout will happen from last week of February or first week of March.
Okay.
So we are well within the stipulated time and we are working very closely with the customer and it is absolutely on the right track.
Okay. So I believe the milestone are at every 5% of implementation of meters. So with every 10,000 meters, no, sorry, every 50,000 meters you will get the revenue. Is that understanding correct?
So we will go live after first 10,000.
Okay.
And then it is every 5% the revenue will start.
Okay. So can we expect revenue inflow from this project in Q4?
Yes, some revenue inflow will happen from this project.
Okay. Understood, sir. And so one final question, sir. Where do we stand in terms of the restructuring and by when should we expect it to get completed?
I think it may happen in this financial year itself. It is, I think, at the last date at NCLT. So I don't remember exactly the date, but it is in Feb itself or first week of March, and we are very hopeful that we will be getting the order.
Okay. Is it just that the date is getting extended, or is there any other?
Yeah, that's the only thing that we will, the shortage of bridges at NCLT level, and that is last 2 or 3 months we are just getting the date.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Thank you, sir, and all the best.
Thank you very much. Our next question is from the line of Subrata Sarkar from Mount Intra Finance. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So my first question on the AMISP business model. So let's say with our existing balance sheet, what kind of total AMISP order we can, and if you help us to understand also, like what is the business dynamics of that, like for let's say for the order we have got a 4,000 crore, like how much will be our capital requirement and how much debt we have to raise, and like what is the execution period? If you little bit explain the business model from a in capex side as well as profitability side.
So basically here you have to understand one thing, that company has given a guidance earlier also that company will not be going for too much of leverages and all. So basically on the baseline tenders have different payment advance conditions and all. Like Bihar we had an advance of almost 30% or so basically on that and seeing our balance sheet strength only, we will be participating in the AMISP tenders or taking the meters orders from the different AMISP providers. So it's very clear in our mind that we won't be leveraging our balance sheet too much on that. And regarding the execution, it is for the 27 months. It's a time being of 27 months, and the capex. And there is a condition that after every 5% your revenue starts coming. So basically that way after every 5% we start supplying or we start doing the installation and all, we start getting a revenue. The total completion cycle is almost 27 months. But we are very sure that we won't be leveraging our balance sheet too much, and only by balancing that we will be going for AMISP or supply of meters only.
Okay. No, sir. So in that case, sir, for this order only, let's just assume, sir, how much our own capital will be required to execute this order, giving all those conditions and 5% kind of a milestone payment we will be getting. What is our estimate, sir? How much capital we will be requiring for this?
Almost 40%.
almost 40% of, sir.
The order size in next 27 months.
Okay, so 4,000, if it's a 4,000 crore order, almost we will be requiring like 1,600 crore of.
All AMISP, it's all not 4,000 crores, all is AMISP. Whatever is the AMISP, for that a capital requirement of 40% will be required.
Okay, sir. Sir, can we know like out of this how much is AMISP?
It must be around 3,200 crores.
Okay, so 3,000, 40% of 3,200 crore. Is it fair and? Okay, so this is one side. My second question is, sir, on the our existing capacity side. We are right now we are operating at a much lower capacity. So from sir, as you explained, like there is a huge tender which is there, potential is very much. So from our existing capacity side, like how much we can execute, sir? Any idea on that? May not be exact number, but like how much we can go in terms of capacity utilization, sir?
So capacity utilization will improve every quarter, and we can do 10 million meters annually. This capacity utilization will improve from second quarter onwards. It will reach to a normal level of pre-COVID.
Okay. No, sir, I'm just trying to understand what can maximum we can go. So maximum we can put 10,000.
10 million meters.
10 million meters.
That's our capacity. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And sir, lastly, although we have discussed, sir, we don't think, sir, the huge order book or tendering which is taking place, vis-a-vis, sir, still there is some constraint on the semiconductor side. So we think we can navigate that semiconductor issue, sir. That will not act as an actual constraint for us to getting order only from a semiconductor side, sir.
It should not. We are seeing the normalcy happening very, very fast, and we are confident that from next quarter onwards, the things should be pretty normal.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. That's all from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we take the next question, we'd like to remind participants that you may enter *1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Akshay Kothari from Envision Capital. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity. So, first of all, do we foresee any improvement in our working capital cycle, our debtor days?
Yeah, it will surely be improving because most of the business is coming by AMISP, where no working capital cycle is required. You need a capex, and then that will be coming on the monthly basis and all. And secondly, most of the meters will be supplied to the other AMISP holders. So basically, their payment terms are always better, and we will be working in some cases in advance also. So our working capital cycle mainly there will be a very lesser business directly with the electricity boards and all of the distribution companies. So our working capital cycle will surely improve after that.
Currently, I think our debtor days are around 6 months. So
yes, our total working capital cycle right now is almost around 210 days, and it will surely be improved.
So by how much it can improve? It
can improve by 20% for sure, 20 to 25%.
20 to 25% reduction. Okay, and this would largely be on account of reduction in debtor days.
Yeah, mainly on the debtor days only.
Okay. And so, does the management have any guidance for any ROE? Because what I can see is we have some investments in corporate bonds, which is okay. You have also invested in equity shares of some companies. Now, on one hand, we have borrowings. On the other hand, we are investing in stock market. So,
we are not borrowing anything right now. We are a net debt company. If we require to borrow, then we will bring out our treasury funds for sure. We will not be keeping our treasury funds in that. And secondly, with the type of business we are in, we need some cash balances with the balance sheet always. You don't know what type of, because we are dealing with the customers like electricity boards and all. So sometimes the cash comes. So that's a strategy of the company to keep some cash in liquid cash at the balance sheet. It's a type of liquid only where we can immediately get our funds and all. So that's why it's and secondly, right now we don't require any debt. We are not increasing any debt since last so many years. It is rather decreasing. So whenever the company requires the money, it's the company's money only, and it can come back from treasury anytime.
Okay, so even the short-term borrowings, we won't fund through our own money. We would have keep on taking borrowings, right? For funding the working capital, we will have to take borrowings.
Right now, as I told you, we are not taking any borrowings, and we don't see also right now any requirement of borrowings.
So as on September, there were 243 crores of short-term borrowings.
So that's basically continue. That is reducing. Last 2-3 years, you see that it is at the same level or at the reduced level.
Okay, understood. And does the management have any ROE guidance?
Basically, now the numbers are improving on that. You will see a better ROE surely in the coming years.
Okay, sir. And so I just missed that part. What would be the order execution cycle of this order book, 4,000 crores order book?
So all these AMI-SP tenders, they have a installation period of 24 to 27 months. And then for 8 years, you have to do the O&M.
Okay. So 24 to 27 months would represent what percentage of the order book?
24 to 27 months will represent almost 50% of the order book because all the supply installation will be done by that.
Okay, understood. And O&M, what is the order book? 8 years one?
So at the AMI-SP, what you have to understand is if the AMI-SP business happens in a way where we are given some money in advance or during installation, and the major money comes as rental income per meter per month.
Okay. So this order book does not include that.
It does include the complete amount.
Okay, so I'm just asking, out of that 3,200, do we have some breakup quantification or there is no breakup?
We have a breakup in what sense?
How much is the part? How much is the O&M part?
So when you say 3,200 crores, you have to understand, one is how the execution will happen. You don't get the money from the customer in O&M. It's like if this is the O&M you are doing, you will get per meter per month like this. It's not that. It is design, finance, build, operate, own, operate and transfer. This is the whole process of AMI-SP. So when we have taken an AMI-SP order, we will have to finance and do the supply and the installation. During the supply and installation, some portion of the money, like in case of Bihar, they're giving us 30% money. In case of Assam, they're giving us 15% money. And remaining is per meter per month. So whether you call it O&M, whether you call it, whatever you call it, this is how the revenue is going to happen.
And the remaining is essentially over a period of 8 years, right?
Over a period of 8 years. So it is like 93 equal installments or 90 equal installments.
Here you have to understand that basically the 50% of the total order value will be almost 50% will be completed in next 24 to 7 months, where the thing is to complete the installation and supply of meters. So that 50% will be revenued, will come as a revenue in the books of the, but that that will be coming in installments, monthly installments. So there are two things: the revenue and the payment. So the money, this is where the company will invest, put the infrastructure, put the meters, do the installation, and that money will be coming on monthly basis from electricity board in next 8 years, with maintenance to be done by the company. So 50% is that, 50% is that. Put together, 100% will be coming in 8 years.
Understood. So lastly, I was reading today in the newspaper, there are some quality control orders, and in that smart meters are also included. So, is this any beneficial news for the company, or is it that already we are the bigger player, so we don't need to?
So I don't know which particular news item you are talking about, so I can't comment on that. But yes, anything to do with the quality of the product is always good for companies like us. And more and more consumer awareness or the customer awareness will surely help the cause for the companies like us and the overall cause of the project.
Okay. So, do we also export?
Yeah, we do.
So what is the our export as a percentage of revenue?
So for this financial year, the percentage will be fairly good. So exact percentage, I'm not in a position to tell you right now, but it is in closer to 10%.
Okay, that's it from my side. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may enter *1 to ask a question at this time. Our next question is from the line of Suraj Navandhar from Sampada Investments. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good evening. So my first question is that we had a bit of higher other income this quarter, around 21 crores. What is it regarding?
Sorry?
We had higher other income, sir, this quarter, 21 crores.
This is basically a notional income only. You are seeing in consolidated, not standalone.
Right.
Standalone, if you see, it's in other income of 8 crores 21 lakhs only. The other income 21 lakhs is in consolidated. That is actually a notional number on the valuation of the bonds and other securities we are having. So that reduces, that's a fair valuation of those securities. So that is an increase in that only. It's not an absolute actual number.
Okay. And sir, around a month back, we had created a couple of subsidiaries and we were also looking out for partners for these new orders. So is there any development on that? Have you shortlisted or are we in talks with someone? And what sort of tie-up are you looking at? A very strategic tie-up or just a financial partner who can fund, such a large orders for AMISP where we will need to put in at least 50% of the amount will be blocked for a long period of time. So is it a strategic tie-up or just a financing sort of a tie-up? Are we in talks with someone?
We are already exploring many permutation and combinations on this, and we'll let the investors know once something concrete will happen. We'll surely know everybody. Right now we are exploring all the opportunities, whatever possible for company.
All right. All right. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, participants may enter *1 to ask a question at this. Our next question is from the line of C.A. Garvit Goyal from Invest Research. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Hello. Yes, sir. So my question is from the return on capital employment side. Your ROC is at single digit at or lower two digit side basically. So, but you are having a market share of around 27-30% in electric meters, and that is significantly high in smart meters as well. So, I want to just understand what is the reason we don't have any decent ROC levels, sir, and going forward, how you are looking at this, sir?
So basically, when you talk about ROC, two things you have to understand. One, that the working capital cycle of the business is very long, and due to last 2 years or 3 years of COVID, that has also increased very badly. So now it is improving, and in the coming years we will surely see. And as we were talking that there will be a reduction in working capital cycles also. So there will be a reduction in surely a capital employed also. So we surely see that there will be a very good improvement in the ROC for sure. It was bad due to COVID years. The cycle went very long in the last 2-3 years.
Okay, that's it from my side.
Thank you very much. Our next question is from the line of Nikhil Jain from Galaxy International. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
I'm sorry, we cannot hear you very clearly. Can you please come closer to the phone?
Very close.
Okay,
Let's try again.
Thank you.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Better.
Hello?
Yeah, it's better, please.
Hello?
Mr. Jain, please go ahead with your question. We can hear you now.
Yeah. So I just thank you for the opportunity. I just wanted to ask, congratulate the management on getting the two AMI SP deals, which are worth 3,400 crore in the last 2 quarters. So that's a great performance. Just wanted to get a sense of what's the kind of, let's say, IRR expectation that management may have from these AMI SP deals that we are kind of getting and grabbing. So that is question number 1. Yeah.
So that is business like business confidential. I'm sorry, I cannot reveal that.
Well, already a lot of tenders are going on, and we are.
It's okay, sir. It's a business confidential.
Okay. Fair enough. Also, the second thing, so out of 1,000 products,
sorry, but your voice is breaking up.
I don't know. Okay. Saying was that out of these 400 book that we have, 1,400 crore.
Jan, your voice is breaking.
I'm very sorry. We cannot hear you, sir. Maybe you can take your questions offline. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take that as the last question. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Kailash Agarwal for closing comments. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. The company is sitting on a very good order book. The only thing you could not see is the execution in last few quarters. But we assure you that now the days are over and we will be executing very well and the things are improving very well. And you will start seeing good numbers in coming quarters and all. And a lot more is going to happen as a lot of tenders and a lot of things are happening at the ground level. We assure you that the company will be doing very good. Thank you very much for your time and all. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, members of the management team. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Genus Power Infrastructures Limited, that concludes this conference call. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Thank you.